Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting Arkham Horror List video. Today we're going to be continuing our series of all the colors and all the classes, my mistake, and cards that exceeded our expectations in them in our Arkham Horror career. Yeah, these can be just small things, big things. We'll just go through them. We have a bunch of cards to talk about. Our first one we got here is Quantum Flux. This is a 1-cost insight event. Commits for a wild. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck and draw one card. Remove Quantum Flux from the game.
Why are you guys looking at me? The card's good. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, actually, that is fair because we were really down on this card.
We thought it was binder trash.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I played it in a Safina deck once.
Yeah.
I learned to just suck it up and accept the Star Fiades as my Lord and Savior.
Bryn's been turned. Bryn's been turned. Yeah. But yeah, no, the card has a
niche.
A niche, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and actually is fine at that niche, even good.
Yeah, obviously it's not an auto include, but it does help you to avoid weaknesses that are dangerous to crippling.
Yeah.
And sometimes just reshuffling your deck, if you haven't drawn your weaknesses yet or your weaknesses are in play, you can just dump a bunch of cards back in your deck and you're like, sweet, instead of taking a horror and reshuffling everything, I'm just not going to play with my weaknesses the rest of this game.
Yeah, I did that in the Skillshare Daisy deck, which was a good time. I told Travis this story and it was really funny. Because when I was making the Skillshare Daisy deck guide video, in my head, I had it that Quantum Flux shuffled all but one card into your discard pile. And then I said, no, Justin, that's Safina's ability. And then Travis said, first off, you're wrong twice. Which is really because it's Patrice's ability.
It is Patrice's star ability.
Yeah, which is pretty funny though. And I'm glad I got to share that in a video here. But yeah.
You guys aren't gonna hear me very often, but you could take Versatile to play this in Wendy.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because if you haven't,
Yeah, you can also take Versatile to play this in Harvey.
Yeah.
So that maybe you don't, get
or you're less likely to
skinned like a thrice-damned cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think it is a card that it's exactly what it says on the tin. It exceeded our expectations because we thought it was garbage.
Yeah.
You excited in 2024 when we're like, Relentless is one of the strongest cards in the game in certain decks.
That's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
Dang.
No.
Dang. Next one here is we got Sacrifice. This is a 0-cost, 1 experience ritual event. Commits for a brain. Discard a mystic asset you control, then draw 3 cards or gain 3 resources or any combination thereof. The first step is the hardest, is the flavor text. Poor goat.
Yeah.
One day you're sacrificing goats in your mom's backyard, and the next day you're killing David with a knife in the street.
Can we...
You should skip the goat.
Fantasy Flight, can we get a mystic asset that is a goat that if it's discarded from play by a player card effect, you get a bonus?
Yeah, put some charges on a thing.
Or just if it's even
cool, yeah.
or if it's gain 3, it's even just draw 3 cards or gain 3 resources. So if you sacrifice the goat, you can have both halves of it.
Or a discard cards from play archetype, and then a goat that's just 0-cost fast ally.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, be like one of those Apex unique cards that it doesn't do anything. Just when it dies, it's free.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Someone make that as a creative, as a custom card, because I imagine we'll never see a goat, but...
Yeah, so anyway, this card is on the list. Because,
Initially, I can't speak for them, but I thought this card was a little bit not great. Discarding a card from play was too much of an ask, and that your Mystic Economy was pretty okay. Besides that, but the time's gone on, I've learned to appreciate it more.
Mm-hmm.
It's one experience, you throw away your used up spell or your David.
Yeah, and then now with the Protecting the Unearnic, you can just double it,
Get them back, yeah. Or draw a bunch more cards.
Yeah, just draw 6 cards.
Pretty good.
That is pretty good. Yeah, I'm with Travis. I was I kind of just forgot that this card existed. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was binder trash, but it's just one that I just never looked at. But even just the idea of discarding an empty spell is like actually good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this card is a solid and like not quite necessary, but like important piece of the doomed archetype.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
you do need a way to get rid of some of those things, like the stupid book.
Mhm.
After you've got to fight for a while with it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Otherwise, your teammates are going to get upset when you tell them that, hey guys, we're playing this scenario with 6 less turns.
Well, that's a lot of turns. Whew. Yeah.
You
You
know?
ever dated and play?
Yeah,
pick
just
it up to
like,
like 4
uh-oh.
Doom, and then you're like, oh no, and then the Doom flips over, is upset at you, and you just take him up again.
Yeah.
They're just like. I would imagine if there was like pickup groups of this game, that has probably happened at least once.
Yeah.
You know,
I wouldn't play this group with people I didn't know, or this game without people I didn't know.
I have a Safina deck drawn up that I could bring to games with people I didn't know.
I can also bring my Harvey deck.
Yeah. I'm helping.
I'm helping draw 4 cards.
Harvey, I have 8 cards in my
Draw
hand
4
already.
cards. I'm helping. All right, what do we got next? Deny existence. Now you might be thinking, what the frick is this doing here? This is a 0 cost spell paradox event. Commits for a wild. Fast. Play when an encounter card or enemy attack would cause you to do one of the following. Choose one. Discard cards from hand. Lose resources. Lose actions. Take damage or take horror. You ignore that aspect of this effect. Each other aspect resolves normally. This is here because it stops weaknesses you draw from your deck.
For reasons unbeknownst.
Mm-hmm. And every time we say this in a video, someone in the comments says, I did not know that. And it's true. And like it then goes and gets even better. The fact that like it can just, and like even how like in Diana's weakness where it says like you cannot cancel.
It doesn't say you can't ignore it.
Yeah, but sometimes those are the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Good rules.
yeah.
Good rules.
One day we'll have a rules FAQ update that'll stop this, but not today.
Not today. No,
Yeah.
not as of June 22nd, 2022. My birthday.
It's not your birthday.
They don't know that.
I'm just saying, dude, you did a birthday thing like
I
a
did
month
a
ago.
birthday thing like almost a month ago at this point. It is true. Next one we got here is Sword Game. This is a 2-cost Mystic Asset. Of course, it's a Mystic Asset. It's an item, relic, weapon, and melee. Takes up a hand slot. Playing it does not provoke attacks of opportunity, and after it enters play, immediately trigger its action ability without paying its cost. As an action, you can exhaust it. Fight or evade. You may use your brain in place of your fist, or your foot for this attack or evasion attempt. Bryn, this was yours.
This card's just sweet.
Yeah.
Like Miss Sabrella, why? This doesn't use charges. It's even free the first time you play it. And you don't even have to play it until you're engaged with an enemy. It doesn't take up an arcane slot. This card's just sweet. If you're Dexter Drake, it's like doubly good. Because you get to evade on a lightning bolt effect. All you have to do is kill a priest of 2 faiths or something like that.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. See you later, pal.
Yeah, and for my next trick, pull out of his
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
Dexter.
It's also a relic, so you can use it to beat ghosts to death with.
That is
Yeah.
true. It slowly does beat a ghost to death. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing as well, because the exhausting is part of the cost. When you play it for the first time, it doesn't exhaust when you do its thing because you move the trigger its thing.
Yeah, you get to ignore all of it.
Yeah, Bryn taught me that.
Yeah. You can play this card in Ursula so that you can try to evade things with 3 instead of 4.
You could do that.
You could attack things with 3
You
instead
could
of 1.
attack things
Yeah.
with 3 instead of... Yeah, sure, but like that's less cool.
Yeah, that's not the Bryn way.
Yeah, card's neat. It just like it provides a lot of utility for a level 0 2-costed asset.
Yeah, definitely. And it takes up the hand slot, which is not that competitive.
You know?
Yeah.
For most investigators, purple investigators, the hand slot is kind of like,
It's just used
I
to
don't know
pull.
what
It's
do
used
with
to
my
pull rabbits out of
hands.
hats.
Like,
That's all it's
we got
for.
candles. I'm gonna hold some candles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's a hilarious
Yeah.
mental image now that I think about it. Alright. Next thing here is we're into the Edge of the Earth cards, which we're going to be riding for the rest of the video because, it's the newest expansion, so it's going to be most likely to exceed our expectations. We have the Astronomical... this happened last time, too. The Astronomical Atlas. It's a 3-cost, 3 experience, item, tome, asset, takes up a hand slot, commits for a brain book. As a lightning bolt, you can exhaust it. Look at the top card of your deck. If it is not a weakness, attach it face down to Astronomical Atlas, max 5 cards attached. As a lightning bolt, you can commit a card attached to Astronomical Atlas to an eligible skill test. If that test succeeds, Add that card to your hand instead of discarding it. Limit once per test.
It's free violence. That's good. Yeah, this card's here because initially when it came out, at least I thought that it was a neat card, but not a particularly good card. And I have been proven wrong in both power level and as well in flexibility. Power level, it turns out that using this to play deduction every turn is very good. And then flexibility wise, this card also is just like a solid kind of card draw thing you got. You just have to pass your tests.
Yeah, it's like a reverse crystallizer of dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this one. I got a lot of flack in the review videos because I'm still not like too hot on Astronomical Atlas. Like I think it's good, but I still want to I'm more of the thing where I want to like do the deduction thing, right? Like get advantage, but I haven't played it yet, so I'm still excited to play that and give that a shot. But I know you put it in like decks that you don't even like try to take advantage of the skill card, right? You just use it for like the drawing cards.
Yeah. You have nothing else to do with your hands, so.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Hold candles?
Yeah, or a sword cane. Yeah, exactly.
Candles are actually kind of bad.
False.
I think they're kind of bad. Come on.
They're
Okay.
fine for what they ask from you, which is one resource.
And add.
Yeah. All right. What we got next? Brand of Cthulhu. You're holding it with your hands in the art, but it actually does not take any of your hand slots.
Because those are your brain hands.
Yeah, those are your brain. They're coming out of the top of your head. This is a 2-cost, 4 experience. I want to talk specifically about the 4 experience one for this. Spell asset, takes up a spell slot, commits for a brain and a fist, uses 9 charges, fight. For this attack, you may use brain instead of fist, and you get +2 skill value. If you succeed, spend 1, 2, or 3 charges. Instead of its standard damage, this attack deals 1 damage for each charge spent. If you succeed by 0, lose 2 actions. I thought a lot of these cards were kind of just like fine. Like I was like, wasn't too impressed with them on initial read because I was like, Shriveling just does this. But after playing with them, and especially the Brand of Cthulhu, I love it. Like just like being able to kill a 3 health enemy on 1 action is kind of huge. And you don't spend any charges if you fail, which is also kind of huge. And if you succeed by 0, you lose 2 actions, but like, just like don't do that. It's pretty hard to do that. Because you get like +2 brain, man. You probably have a Holy Rosary out, you probably have 5 printed brain. You also can like just use your fist on this, so it's very versatile. And as you said when we were doing this before, like this like basically doubles as like a it's like a bandolier-esque thing where you can just like instead of running a bandolier, you can just get off like spell weapons for a guardian.
Even just
really
the
cool.
level 1 is pretty solid for that. Because like realistically, if you're playing a bandolier, you've got something to thump big guys with.
Yeah.
And what you need is something to kill rats and garbage with.
And I think what's also cool, we saw this today when we were recording, where it was like, I'm going to drop 1 damage on this enemy, or like the Divination, like I'm going to only grab 1 clue from the location, which is really nice for if someone else has something else that deals 2 damage.
Yeah, the flexibility is nice.
Yeah, definitely. So sick. Cyclopean Hammer. I'm not going to read this card, because there's a lot of text on it. And even though Bryn disagrees...
It's not that good.
This card basically just, when I played it, when I saw Travis play it, when I've seen other people play it, it's kind of just like makes the game really boring.
Yeah.
Because it's like a gun that you never need to load.
Yeah.
Yeah, except it doesn't give you +5 to your punch score.
It kind of does.
It kind of does.
Well, it gives you 3 less than your brain score if you want to do actual damage for a 5-costed weapon.
Yeah, so you know, how often do you do the extra damage and you never
like
run out?
Always.
Well, you always get the +1 damage.
You always do.
Yeah, I still don't I don't think this card is that good, but that's okay.
You haven't played with it.
Yeah,
You would understand if you
probably
played
never
with it.
will.
I mean, it is just, in all fairness, just super boring. I think that's also why you don't think it's, because it's just like, it's just numbers. That's all it is.
Yeah, like, I mean, sure, you probably succeed for 1 damage all the time, but like the 3 damage is unreliable.
I mean,
And
how
if
many
I'm
ti-
spending resources on a weapon, I want something flashy and cool.
That is
Like
true.
a flamethrower.
I mean, like, how many times in our Edge Earth playthrough did I not get the 3 damage, though?
I honestly wasn't paying attention to like
It's
our-
Yeah, your turns went so quick because
It's
all you
not
did was
very
swing
many.
the hammer.
Yeah, I was mostly like, do I want to play Black Market this turn? Fuck, we're in the investigation phase now.
Because Travis is too busy swinging the damn hammer.
The hammer. Yeah.
We have Divination. This is a 3-cost, 1 experience. Seeker and Mystic asset, takes up a spell slot, spell augury, commits for a book. 4 charges. As an action, investigate. You may use your brain instead of your book. You get +1 skill value. If you succeed, spend 1 or 2 charges. Discover 1 clue at your location for each charge spent. If you succeed by 0, choose and discard a card from your hand.
Yeah, it's like a better deduction or like better fingerprint kit, depending on who you are and what you're trying to do. It's a nice little addition to the card pool.
Yeah, yeah.
I will never understand why Fingerprint Kit has to exhaust.
Because
It's already a bad
It takes you
45.
time to open up and then use it and then put everything away afterwards.
So you just throw it into the room and you're like, there's dust everywhere. There's got to be some fingerprints. Give me all the clues.
You know, it's one of those ones that, like, with Fingerprint Kit, like, I don't know, like, it's just, like, it's so wild to me because, like, I just think that card's awful. But I see, like, so many people talk about it, I just feel like I'm, like, going crazy.
It's fine.
Yeah, like, I can see why. Like, it's basically just, like, expedited clues, but it's just my play style. I look at it and I think, like...
No, I agree. I agree with you. It is kind of like a bad card. You pay 4 resources to put it into play. You get to use it once every turn. You spend a thing to use it. You draw the red token. Nothing happens.
It is true.
Why are you even here? What are you doing? Like, I could just basic investigate and get a clue instead.
Yeah, classic 5V Shroud.
Yeah.
No, this card does seem actually like real solid in Book V Shroud decks, or like more specifically Brain V Shroud decks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I like what we did today, where there was 3 clues on a location, and it seems really good in 3-player too, because like you can then like just grab a clue, and then like F off as someone else grabs the last 2. Like it's a great flex spell, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we're all flexes, who cares, right?
The brew wasn't flat.
No, Bryn was a flex.
What are you talking about? I had all kinds of
He was a
extra
flex.
abilities. Yeah. 5 flex.
Flex check.
We have Enchanted Bow. This is a 3-cost, 2 experience, Mystic Survivor asset. Takes up 2 hand slots and a spell slot. I just want to say, this takes up a spell slot, but Cyclopean Hammer doesn't.
It only costs 2 experience.
Yeah,
but
Cyclopean Hammer's just really big.
Uses 3 charges. As an
It's
action,
not
you can
even
exhaust Enchanted Bow, fight. You must use either brain or foot instead of fist. You get +1 skill value for this attack. This attack deals +1 damage. As additional cost to initiate, you may spend 1 charge to have this attack target a non-elite enemy at a connecting location. If you do, ignore the aloof and retaliate keywords for this attack.
Ignore the aloof, Justin.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, this card's actually just like incredibly flexible.
Yep.
I think, and
You like it lets it does come with a high cost of like taking up both hand slots and your an arcane slot, but it lets investigators who have garbage punch fight good with either their brain or their foot.
Yeah.
And also like you can use it any amount of times, once per turn, admittedly, but it's a really really strong flex card, I think.
I kind of like this idea in like a very light flex Gloria, just like Predator Grandma, right? Because like you get to attack with a good number, and you only use the charge if you're attacking into an adjacent location, right?
Yep.
Like otherwise, like it's like not a weapon to fight with. It's not like how I kill, because if you miss, you're like you can't even like take a damage to reload it like you could with the Ornate bow, right? But
No, but it's like a really nice thing to like toss into a parallel Agnes deck or something like that,
Yeah.
or a Wendy deck, and
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like the card. I think it's sick, and ignores the aloof keyword, which is good.
Play this in Yorick. Have it take up your bandolier slots.
Yeah.
And an arcane slot because you probably don't need them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Proceed to fight some, I don't know, Sheldon gang members or O'Banions or whatever, and then you shoot them with an arrow and they're just like, what the fuck?
Your magic light arrow, no, I got you.
Yeah, but it's just like a normal arrow after it leaves the bow because you're not spending magic to make it good.
Also, just is great for any scenario where cultists with Doom appear. Like it's just a good versatile card.
Seems really good in the Forgotten Age because in the final scenario there are many locations that it is impossible to go back to.
Yeah, definitely.
But you don't have to now.
Yep.
Because like see you later, Wizard of the Order.
And that's so sick. You're shooting like through a time portal,
Yeah.
and you just get a
That's
headshot. That's so cool. All right, last one here. I'm pretty sure this is the last one.
It's this one again.
We have Earthly. Oh no, it's not the last one. Earthly Serenity is a 2-cost, 4 experience asset. Double Brain spell takes up a spell slot, 6 charges. Test Brain 0. For each point you succeed by, you can expend 1 charge to deal 1 damage or 1 horror from an investigator location. If you succeed by 0, lose 2 resources. We talked about this last week in the Survivor video. If you did not see this, this card's healing potential is kind of insane. And I can't speak for the other guys, but when I saw this, I was on the easy button healing meme joke. Like, this card's garbage, it's healing.
Bad. Get out of here.
But like, this card's like actually like kind of sick.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
In our game today, that one turn where I got to heal you guys for 6, and then myself for 1, and also 2 off my precious mementos.
Yeah.
It still almost managed to die.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, no, the card's just really good. If you haven't seen our Survivor video, check that one out. We talk about it more. Last one here is we got Prophetic. This is a 3-cost, 3 experience. It's a whole bunch of colors. It has the whole thing where 2 resources are refreshed each round. You can spend them to pay or pump for a fortune spell or spirit card. I liked these cards. Like, I liked the idea of them. And then I played with Prophetic, and I'm like, I love these cards. Like, they're much more fun and a lot stronger than I thought. And like, obviously, like, the games where you see it early and the games where you see it late are big and different. So like, if there's a little bit of variance there, and like, you can't really tutor them up in any way. But like, yet, yeah, find your talents. The talent
Unless you're
was in you
playing
the whole
yellow
time.
or something
Yes.
and your team's playing yellow, because yellow can do anything.
Yeah, yellow can do what they want. But
I want what I want.
just like the free money each turn, and also like the free unexpected courage each turn. Like, it's not something that like blew the game, like it doesn't break the game or anything like that, but it's just like really fun when these are in play, and you can do a lot more. You see them in your opening hand and you're like, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I'm mostly just disappointed that Safina can't play this one because the guy in the art is clearly heading out to paint with all the colors of the wind.
It's true, yeah.
And she's the painter. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them being level 3 is a little awkward for some investigators, unfortunately.
Yeah, but if they were level 2, then they might as well just not have any color at all.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
Just make them all
like, who can't play this? Like Nathaniel Cho,
no,
Winifred.
no.
Thus ends the list.
No,
Okay, we're level
Nathaniel could play it if it was 2.
Oh yeah, no.
You actually can play it right now.
Yeah, you could play it right
Spirit, because it's
Yeah.
Spirit.
yeah,
now.
it's good fun.
Harvey Walters.
Harvey Walters can't play it. Yeah,
And
here I was
Winifred.
like looking at the background being yellow, but
It's
yellow.
It is. It is.
It's gold, thank
It's
you.
gold.
that's not different.
It is different. Gold shiny.
Well, not on the matte finish of a card.
It is.
We have a contribution from one of our patrons, Jim J, for Abyssal Tome. I haven't played this one yet, so I can't comment on it, but I could also see this one exceeding my expectations. But I haven't played with Fish Book yet.
Fish book.
Yeah, we got a Madhouse video about like Werewolf Daisy. Just put this. Do this instead.
Yeah.
You'll have more fun.
Man, I do love that there's a Madhouse that was just even too mad for Bryn.
That deck was so bad, man.
Oh, yeah.
So bad.
If you didn't have to jump through so many hoops just to get the stupid werewolf card in your deck,
Yeah.
like, okay.
So eventually just break it. Like, I'm trying to see if I can break it. That would be funny. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week for another list video. Have a great one, and as always, GG's.